What do we got on the table today, Frank?
Larceny B523.
So it is the month of May, and what better way to celebrate it with yet another release from the Heaven Hill line. We got Larceny B523 on the table in front of us.
Yeah, we did a review of the A123. Really loved it. Really thought it was amazing.
That was really good.
So hopefully we can keep up the trend for Larceny, keep the streak
Fingers
going.
crossed. Fingers crossed. All the 22 batches, they were good. They were good, but there was nothing that like blew me away. But so far, the A this year and the C last year really was standing out to me. So hopefully we're starting to move in the right direction here, and hopefully Luke doesn't have any trouble opening this bottle. I have been
Vexed.
I've been worried
Haunted.
about this moment all day. Oh, I think we're good. Look at that. Trash. Favorite cork pop? Larceny B523. 124.4 proof. Had to add that in there. Whoa, you got a lot. There you go.
I'm okay with that.
Celebrating May. Celebrating May. I'm not going to give myself that much. I have worked tomorrow. For those of you who don't know, Larceny gets released 3 times a year: January, May, and September. 1, 5, 9. Year 2, 3.
Getting real minty on the nose. Did I steal it?
You stole it right out from my mouth. Mint is very
That's like everything
pronounced.
there.
Mint with a little cinnamon spice. Maybe there's a little vanilla coming through. There's some kind of sweetness in there.
Yeah, I agree. The vanilla is the next thing I'm getting. And I'm getting mint and proof.
You know what's weird is when I'm smelling it, I can almost taste the nose on this one, which is interesting. A bit limestoney, a bit like that grass. Getting a bit of a grass note on there. It does have the sweetness I'm getting on the nose though. It's like a really it's vanilla, but it's like it's like candy vanilla. It's not like a baking
candy
vanilla.
Sweetness.
Candy vanilla, yeah. You know how I would relate it to, and not a lot of people might know what this is. The Tootsie Rolls. Have you ever had the fruit rolls? They're blue and they're vanilla flavored.
I don't think so.
Right? Some people might comment below if you know what I'm talking about, but they're like Tootsie Rolls, but they're vanilla flavored. That's what this smells like to me. Imagine a vanilla flavored Tootsie Roll. That's what this smells like. I can't remember what I thought about the A nose, the A123. I think I like the A123 nose. The palate on the A123 nose was the best Larceny that I ever had. Will this top this? You'll find out in about 9 seconds.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Wow. As we would say off camera a lot, he's a guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy. Very warm, very nice Kentucky chew, and a nice Kentucky hug building.
Yeah.
But flavor-wise, I mean, finish is still going for me. It's got a long finish. Coats the palate very, very well. I get a lot of sweetness out of the proof, which assuming it's just because it's a neck pour, but out of the proof I get a lot of sweetness. A lot of your classic quintessential vanillas, caramels, butterscotchy notes. Maybe like almost like a raisin fig in there. So there's some kind of fruit. I would describe it as like a deep fruit.
It was a nice fruity, yeah, like a dark fruit.
Like a dark fruit, I would say like plum or like raisin. It's got that kind of like reddish fruit.
Yeah, that kind of kicked in, like for me, halfway through, like back of the palate.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of kicked in.
It's good. It's good. Excited for the second sip. Was warm.
Yeah, it drank pretty hot.
It was warm. Drank hotter than the A123, and I think the A123 was 3 proof points higher or 2 proof points higher. I don't know. There will be a link above to that video because I believe we did post that video.
Up here.
Up here, over there, down here,
Don't
around
make
town.
me. I can't do that again.
That was fun. That was cool.
Yeah.
So, little backstory on the Larceny is this is probably my favorite release of the year. My favorite monthly release, from the Heaven Hill line. I mean, there's all there. You got Booker's, you got Elijah Craig,
Yeah.
you got Bernheim, you got this now. Booker's is Jim Beam, but whatever. But this is my favorite one to hunt down. As soon as I find this, I always go for it. This came through. This was available at Joe Canals, Lawrenceville. I feel like we mentioned that in every video. But I had to jump on it because it was there. Take the chance. I always want to get this out, and I want to review it as fast as possible. That way, if you're sitting on it at your store and you're like, I don't know, maybe you weren't crazy about the A123. That way, we can tell you what we think about this one. Nose hasn't changed much for me on this one. Maybe like a cinnamon sugar now. Cinnamon's definitely pushing through more. I kind of lost the mintiness.
Yeah, it has kind of faded. I know I'm not getting it as much now, but right before we sipped, I got like a nice little pastry note.
Pastry on the nose?
Yeah. Like I was going to sip like vanilla cupcake.
Yep. Yeah, you can get that
it's
in
there.
there.
A little, but it's not as much as it was before.
Maybe a slight banana note in there.
The one time he says bananas, I'm not really getting it.
Yeah. There's some kind of fruit bouncing around in there. I would definitely say like dates, raisins, figs, plums, some kind of dark fruit. I don't know if those are stone fruits or not. Personally, I don't know what a stone fruit is.
I don't know.
But
is it made of stone? Doesn't make a lot of sense.
I compare it to something, so a stone fruit to me smells like this. I'm not getting much. I was expecting to get a little bit of like a leather note off this because I feel like I get that with Larceny's. But I'm not getting that much at all, which tells me this is more of a younger Larceny. I believe it's 6 to 8 years. Batched bourbon.
Yeah, not a lot of leather or oak.
No. And even when you sip it, like you don't get that real dry oak. You get like a kind of a sweeter oak.
Yeah.
All right, let's go in for a second sip. Still kind of hot. I didn't get so much of the Kentucky hug this time. I'm still getting more Kentucky chew though. Roof of the mouth is burning me.
Yeah, I think either I think we'll need to let him sit a while before that goes.
Yeah. But I mean, sometimes I like a little chew on my whiskey. I like to know like, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here. I'm a barrel-proof product.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's good. Sometimes you get barrel-proof products, and not that a smooth whiskey isn't good, but I feel like some of the heat is intensifying the flavor from the batch. So far, this batch of the Larceny B523, off of 2 sips and multiple noses, I think we might have went backwards a little bit from A123. That's just my personal opinion. From what I remember,
I'm not getting as many flavors out of this on the palate as I did for the A123. This is a little... I mean, there's nice flavors there, but it's a toss-up for me whether there's more that's getting covered by proof or if it's just a bit of a simpler whiskey. Even with the proof, I'm actually kind of happy with the mouthfeel. Like you said, like a little bit of burn, a little,
nice.
It does really coat the mouth very nicely.
Mm-hmm. Just wish I had time to air this out a little bit. I may do the unthinkable. I may add a little bit of water to it.
I was gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think for my last one, I'm gonna add. I got a little less than you now. I've been taking big sips.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add just a bit of water,
cap of water,
and hopefully
cool
that
down.
can kind of speed up our, rather than wait 20 minutes or something, just add a bit of water and hopefully kill the proof a little.
I mean, I'm a proof guy. I love proof, but I think really adding a little bit of water might benefit this.
Especially for the neck pour.
Neck pour barrel proofs, I feel like if you add a little water to it, you're still going to get the same flavors from it. You're just toning down that burn so you can get through it easier. It's only a matter of time before a glass breaks on this channel.
I don't think so.
That'll go viral. That helped a lot. That helped a lot. That took all of it right out for me. Now I'm getting like a, maybe like a peanut note. Weird. Very slight.
The slightest.
Slight.
I almost hesitate to mention it because of how, like, I see what you're saying, but it's just barely there for me.
Trying to pull out a different note. I'm really digging deep here. Maybe there's a bit of bitter chocolate in there.
Yeah, I get chocolate more than peanut.
Maybe there's a bit of chocolate in there. Like a chocolate cupcake with a vanilla frosting.
But you lick all the frosting off first and then eat the cupcake.
And then eat the cupcake. Very well put, sir. Very well put.
What can I say? I'm a poet.
Yep. B523. I feel like we took a step down from A123.
Yeah, I still think it's good.
Slight step, yeah. And I'm not saying that this is terrible. This is still good. But if I gave the option between this next to A123, I would choose the A.
This is still good, but A123 was amazing. It blew my mind. And this is like, oh, this is nice.
Yep.
I feel like it had a lot to live up to. And didn't quite make it.
Just fell short. A123 I gave a 10. This, I'm going to give an 8.
Yeah, I'm at 8.
Good at.
We gotta start, like, write it down and show our card or something.
Oh no, that'd be fun, like little whiteboards.
We could do that. I can arrange that.
Okay, we're going to arrange that.
We'll do that next time.
So, yeah, 8 out of 10 for this one. Still think it's good. Haven't found a Larceny batch that I really despise. I like most of them. This is my favorite batch of the year. Favorite batch product of the year.
Yeah, I think, if you like Larceny and you like these high proof releases, this is a pretty solid one to go to. I would, for the neck pour, definitely recommend, obviously you're going to take a sip or two, but water it down a little. I think that'll really even out the proof, because I was still getting the proof. It was still coating my mouth nicely, but it took away the sting and left me with the nice flavors. I just wish there was a bit more to the flavor, a bit more jumping out at me. And so I have to leave him with an 8.
Even if you're not if you're against the whole water thing, which believe me, I'm against the whole water thing. I don't like to do that to a bourbon. If I'm getting something fresh from the barrel, like John E. Fitzgerald did, he stole the whiskey right from the barrel. That's the whole storyline behind this bourbon, Well, now I'm not drinking it straight out of the barrel anymore. I'm adding Deer Park water from the springs of Wanahooka, wherever that is. But, I would say if you're against that, if we had more time, I would have liked to set the glass aside, and maybe talk for a little bit. Let it air out for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that could work as well.
And also, if you're drinking this with us right now, I could definitely tell you if I revisit this bottle in 2 to 3 weeks, it's going to be 100% different. With that being said, I'm Luke.
I'm Frank.
This is Whiskey Bible. Please stay in school.